Alright, so hey everybody, Blood Moon Bobby here. So I'm here again today. This time I'm gonna play Earthbound after I put up a Twitter poll on, or should I say X, or whatever you want to call it now. Now that Twitter is trying to change their name to X. But anyway, the poll voted that I should play some Earthbound today. Now, I've said many times in the past that I'm not really big into like RPGs or JRPGs just because I could never get the strategy. Um, or never really figure out the strategy in games like Pokemon or Zelda. But Earthbound and really the entire franchise or the Mother series as a whole is so fascinating to me in terms of like how crazy the stories get and how interesting the characters are that I just have to make an exception to the rule. Now, this is not going to be like my Pikmin streams where we spend like, weeks trying to get through the game. I'm just going to play through the beginning today. Maybe on another occasion, I could play through even more of the game at some point. Although, from what I understand, Earthbound is a much bigger game compared to the first Pikmin. So, this is just going to be like me sort of like getting through the beginning of the game. I did play through the beginning when I had this game. I actually still do on my 3DS. The furthest I've got in Earthbound was I was able to get to Paula. I don't think we're going to be able to get to her today because that it's going to take a while to get to that. But just for the day, I decided just to start from scratch and play through some of the beginning of the game. Maybe we'll get to see some parts of Onett and so forth. So without further ado, let's go. But it's interesting because when I was a little kid, Earthbound was one of those games that like I didn't really think much of because Earthbound came out on the Super Nintendo, and Super Nintendo was before my time. Like I was born in '96, the year the Nintendo 64 came out. So when I would see Ness in the Super Smash Brothers games, I would just be like, who's this kid with the baseball cap? Why would I want to play this game? I just, didn't find him to be that interesting a character to play, and I didn't really play Ness all that much in my early days playing Super Smash Brothers, Melee, or Brawl. But when I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd episode about Earthbound, it really got me interested, and usually I'm the kind of person that avoids spoilers whenever I can. But Earthbound, it's the first time since maybe Avatar: The Last Airbender where I was so fascinated with the story of a game in this case that I didn't really, care about getting spoiled. I was just dying to know, what's gonna happen next, and so here we are. I really like the intro that plays at the beginning of Earthbound, the music. And that's another thing, kind of like Pikmin, I feel like Earthbound, and really the entire Mother series has some of the most underrated music of any Nintendo franchise. I think when most people think of Nintendo music, they're thinking of background tunes from like the Mario, Zelda, even the Pokemon games. But I feel like Earthbound has some of the most underrated music. Some tunes have definitely gotten into meme culture, like the Sanctuary Guardian theme. But I feel like most of the tunes, I don't really hear people talk about them all that much. So yeah, you could hear. I wanted you guys to hear at least a little of the Earthbound theme. I still wanted to talk over it just because, just wanted to commentate over it. But it's still really fascinating. And I like it so much that I really wanted just to let this play before we begin. Okay, so we'll start. Oh yeah, it's all that I had a previous save file, but for today I'm gonna play as a new file, uh, stereo. I like the peanut flavor orange. I'm not really into the whole, like, I know in RPGs you're supposed to be able to customize a lot of things, even down to name. I always thought the fact that you could change the name of the character, it's nice. I mean, again, kind of goes into customization, and you could name Ness whatever you want. But for me, when I play RPGs, like, Earthbound, or even when I get my chances to play like Zelda, I just go with the character's name. So I'm just gonna call you Ness. You might have actually heard, you heard when I confirmed I want to call the character Ness, you heard a voice say something like, okay, desu ka, and I don't speak a ton of Japanese, but I found it really fascinating. If you're wondering what is that, I remember I would look this up, and some people were like, I heard somebody say something like Bodiska or something like that, and I learned that that's actually the creator of Earthbound, Shigesato Itoi. He's saying, if you translate it into English, he's basically saying, is this okay with you? So I found it was kind of interesting. It's like, wow, they put in the voice of the, Earthbound creator at some point, and that's not something you really see in really most games. I can't even really think of like a modern game today where you would see something like that. So I don't know. I'm sure there's people out there who have like fun. I know like when I would watch like the Angry Video Game Nerd episodes, he would sometimes give the characters funny names and going with, the kind of crude humor of the show. But me, I'm just like, I look at Jeff and I just know him as Jeff. I look at the next character, Pooh, and I just think, yeah, that's Pooh. Who else could that be? So, I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel. Name your pet. Yeah, just go with that. Favorite home web. This is where, this is where I like to kind of make the game my own. I like to just put in, like, a food that I really enjoy in real life. So I'm going to put, let's say, pasta, which, anybody who knows me would tell you that spaghetti is my favorite food. But I'm not really sure if I could put in the entire name of spaghetti, so I'll just put pasta. Favorite thing. I mean, well, I'm playing Earthbound on Nintendo Switch, so I guess I'll just say Switch. Actually, you know what? Actually, nah, no. I was gonna put BRZ because I really want a Subaru BRZ sports car, but, I don't think Ness is of driving age, so I'll just put Switch. Because I assume, well, granted, this game came out years before the Switch, but since I'm playing this on a Switch, why don't I just put Switch? So, okay. So, let's go. Yeah, still fascinating that when Earthbound first came out in the United States, it wasn't a very popular Super Nintendo game, kind of fell into obscurity. I don't know exactly how it became a much more popular game. My guess is because the Super Smash Bros. Games would often include Ness. Like, I think about how you can unlock Ness in Smash for the N64, or how he's a playable character in, like, Melee and Brawl. I'm guessing a lot of players looked at him who weren't familiar with Earthbound and was like, where's this character from? And it says he's from a game called Earthbound. And I guess people, like, found ways to play, because Earthbound, even to this day, it's very rare to find the copy of the game for the Super Nintendo. So I guess that, kind of helped boost the popularity, because by the time Earthbound came out for the Virtual Console for the Wii U, that was when Earthbound's popularity really started to kind of skyrocket. And people were like, wow, this game is, much darker than I imagined. So we hear the comet crashing outside. We're going to go check it out. I think at this point in the game, you can go around and, like, get items. You could talk to, is this Tracy, I believe? Freaked out. Yeah. As my friend would point out to me, don't just rush through the game, just spend, you should also be spending some time looking for the extra items, like the cracked baseball bat. I remember somebody on TikTok asked me, are you a story mode kind of person? And, I guess I would consider myself a story mode person, in the sense that when I play, especially very story-driven games like Earthbound or Doom 2016, my main objective is literally just get through the main story, as quickly as I can. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons I don't really get into JRPGs much, because I've heard with JRPGs, much of the fun comes from spending hours and hours finding the extra items and, customizing your character and all that stuff. Especially since I am familiar with the beginning of the game, not gonna try not to spend too much time talking with the other characters. We were going for the world record, so yeah, some of the funny, kind of comments. Meteorite, okay, yes. Yeah, they're telling me to go home, but I'm the lead character, so I gotta go see, what the heck is going on. It's kind of funny how, like, the police don't, like, stop Ness, but, we're cruising on. But I have, my sister has done a really good job of putting together some cosplays of some of the characters from Mother and Earthbound. So in the past, I've cosplayed as Ness. I also cosplayed as Ninten, the lead character from, Earthbound Beginnings, aka, the original Mother. So, yeah, I remember I actually went to a convention in Pasadena, and somebody thought I was supposed to be Ness, and they were like, "Hey, Ness!" But I was actually supposed to be Ninten. Usually, these days, if you see, like, Earthbound character that's wearing, like, a bandana on his neck, that's Ninten, not Ness. So, we're gonna talk to, Pokey. Don't be rubbernecking, you're getting in the cops' the officer's way, you can go home now. Tomorrow, I, Pokey, will tell you more about the strange meteorite. I'm fine here, but you're bugging the officers. Yeah, so I think I have to return home first. But then I get woken up later, and that's when we're gonna meet Buzz Buzz. So yes, the start of the game, you're just kind of getting used to, like, finding some of the items, and you talk to a few characters. Hope at some point that I can get through Earthbound, or we could get through Earthbound as quickly as I could with the original Pikmin. Although I guess because with Pikmin, we played it so many times and, struggled quite a bit that, like, we got to a point where we were experienced enough to beat the game. Maybe we could do that with Earthbound. I do think that my sister is better at JRPGs for me, although I haven't seen her play Earthbound that much. So yeah, I just have to go home, and then and then we're gonna get to meet Buzz Buzz soon. And then somebody's knocking at the door. Ness has really terrible bedhead. Talk to Tracy. Someone's knocking at the door. What an annoying knock. And because the person at the door is quite annoying himself. Didn't even, like, get me a chance to go to the door. He just comes right in. Like, what are you, Steve Urkel from Family Matters? And I took Picky to the place where the meteorite landed. Oh, good evening, ma'am. You're looking lovely as usual. Probably doesn't mean it. Anyway, as I was saying, the police that were guarding the meteorite landing left suddenly to deal with the sharks. You know the sharks are the local ruffians, and we'll probably fight at least one of them later. I know I'm gonna get it. You're my bestest friend. Won't you help me find Picky? Nah, just say yes. I'm sure I'm gonna be told, get dressed, don't go running around in your pajamas. Yeah, as I expected. At this point, I think I can telephone my dad or Ness's dad, I should say, because Ness's dad is the one who helps fund your adventure. Oh, not yet. Okay, so can I just go, or is Pokey gonna be... Sorry about giving you this game type advice, but you should equip your weapon. Oh, yes. Okay. Alright. Do I have to go outside? Well, yeah, because I was wondering, when could Ness talk to his dad? Hello, it's your dad. You work to exhaustion when you're young. Have you heard of a weird saying like this? Just remember, I'm always behind you 100%. Don't be afraid. I know that you're brave. You can do it. Don't forget to call me periodically during your adventure. I can make a record of your progress when you call me, aka save your game. Oh yeah, I deposit $30 into your bank account. You have your ATM card. Withdraw your money from any cash machine and buy whatever you need. Good luck, my boy. I feel like such a hero. What? Well, the father of a hero, at least. Wahaha. And yeah, so goodbye. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna equip the cracked bat. So yeah, I heard some people speculate that the reason Ness's father, or just in general, if you watch like an anime or you play video game, especially in a slice of life setting where there's like a father figure, but he doesn't come home that much. It's kind of a comment on how some dads in Japan. It's the whole thing about like overwork and how, you know, some people work like really long hours, sometimes 60 hours a week. There's YouTubers out there that have covered that in detail, so it's quite, you know, scary. But yeah, but I still like how, even though, you know, Ness could really only communicate with his dad over the phone, there's still a lot that comes through it. Like, you know, I still get, you know, really sympathize with him. And later on in the game, Ness even gets homesick. So there is still this strong kind of like, you know, bond. And, you know, I really like, you know, sympathize with the characters. Maybe that's why I think deep down I just feel bad that it sounds like his dad has to overwork, you know, even late into the night. So yeah, okay, let's go. Dismissed. Yeah, so usually, yeah, this is where I don't want to say, you know, I struggle, because I find that the fights in Earthbound are easier to deal with than even Earthbound Beginnings. I remember, I'm guaranteed if I play the beginning of Earthbound Beginnings, I die at least once. So I do find Earthbound a bit easier to play. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't really play JRPGs much, because you have to wait for your opponent to fight. You can't just fight whenever you feel like it, like if you're playing, say, Metal Gear or Doom or the 3D Mario games. Cookie, that's gonna come in handy. I don't know if I want to, like, you know, eat the cookie now. Maybe if Ness takes even more damage in the next fight. But the number one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to, like, you know, have, like, an enemy, like, attack you first, or else, you know, they're gonna get to go first and potentially do more damage. And, of course, Pokey isn't helping much. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, Dad, you should be helping me. Nice. So, this means Ness is now a little stronger. I think Life Up A mostly comes in handy as like a healing attack. And then here comes the butterfly. We're gonna go meet it after I get in another fight. Nice thing is that you could at least see the enemies, unlike some of the Pokemon games where you're just running around in the grass and, oh no, a Starly wants to fight you. It's Pokey like, you know, defeat the dog. Ow. Okay, yeah, I really should be... I should eat the cookie. At this point. Yeah, sometimes forget that in this game, if you want to, maybe in the next battle I'll use that life up... the butterfly got away. That's fine. Just get to, But, you know, it still helps to, like, take part in these fights to strengthen your characters. So I'm actually gonna start off with life up. Nice. Okay. Apologize. You should be helping me. Excuse me. But yeah, so definitely still getting involved with the fights in this game helps strengthen the characters. So it's that kind of thing where it's like, oh, but you know, I run the risk of getting Ness hurt, but it's really the only way to strengthen, you know, Ness, and eventually when later characters come along, like Paula or Jeff or Pooh. I see Picky over there. Butterfly. And then we're gonna get in the fight with the Starman. Whoops. Talk to Picky. What? Oh, you woke me up. Pokey, I've been looking all over for you. You see, Pokey got scared and ran away. Well, I'm glad that you're okay at least. Let's go home now. I bet Mom and Dad are worried sick about us. Geez, sometimes I wonder which one of us is the real big brother. Ness, do you hear a buzzing that sounds like a bee flying around? Yep. And that is, Buzz. Who is not actually a bee. A bee I am not. I'm from 10 years in the future. And in the future, all is devastation. Gygus, the universal cosmic destroyer, sent all to the horror of eternal darkness. However, you must listen. Where I am from, there is a well-known legend that has been handed down from ancient times. It says when the chosen boy reaches the point, he will find the light. The passing of time will shatter the nightmare rock and will reveal the path of light. So, yeah, I mean, Earthbound, it still has some of the, like, tropes and cliches you often see in JRPGs, you know, like things like Destiny and, you know, essentially Chosen One. Usually those are, admittedly, even when it shows up, you know, whether it's like movies or anime, when it's that kind of like Chosen One trope, admittedly, it's not one of my favorites just because it's like, I see it so much. But there's things about Earthbound and Mother, there's more of a depth to it, at least, you know, compared to, like, you know, other, like, you know, stories I've heard about, like, the Chosen One and so forth, where there's so much, like, kind of depth and humor to Earthbound that, for me, it's like, I don't really mind as much. If anything, the more I learn about Earthbound, the more I want to see, you know, how things go, the more invested I get in the story. So it's kind of one of those things where, even though, yeah, the trope is there, I don't really mind it as much. So Buzz is going to accompany us for a full 5 minutes, I guess, because unfortunately, without getting too specific, I know what's going to happen. Jeez, my heart is almost pounding right now into my chest. So now we got to go home and meet Pokey and Picky's horrible parents. Guess we don't fight the Starman yet. Yep, right on schedule, the Starman. It's been a long time, Buzz. You've been successful at foiling Master Gygus' plans, but Buzz, you must now surrender. You're no longer a hero, but just a useless insect. I'll stomp you hard! Alright, let's do this. Yeah, so that's the thing. Buzz protects us. So even though on paper the Starman would be a really difficult opponent, Buzz is here to protect us at this point in the game. And yeah, that PSI fire attack didn't leave a dent. And we're all trying our best to defeat this character. But I'm guessing, yeah, that's not going to have an effect on us. Yeah, definitely recommend people check out the making of Earthbound, because the making of Earthbound was a really huge and difficult process for everybody. So go check out the history of Earthbound. There's great videos on YouTube explaining what happened and how a certain former Nintendo president ended up saving the day. So yeah, we did it, defeated the Starman. And now I'm level 3. Whew, I was taking a big chance there. He came from 10 years in the future to kill me, so we can't relax yet. From now on, you'll be fighting enemies sent by Gygus, as well as humans who have evil thoughts. They'll definitely make trouble during your adventure. Animals are also becoming violent due to Gygus's influence over the evil in their minds. It is the truth, so listen. I'm really sorry that my kids trouble you so much. Both of you are really gonna get it now. Guessing, yeah, yell at them. You could see that Poking Picky. They have a very complicated home life, I guess. I'm tired of your family living next door. We've loaned your father a lot of money. It may have been $100,000 or more. Well, I guess it really could have been less, but because of the loan, my family and I live in poverty. Yeah, that's what it seems like. My husband is much too lenient with the children. Yeah, oh my god, this is really heavy. Oh well, nice guys finish last. That's the story of our life. And unfortunately, the horribleness, if that's a word, doesn't end there. Aye! I think it's a dung beetle. I'll smash your guts out. And yeah, and now Buzz is dying. I was much weaker than I thought. So you must now begin your adventure. See you. But he has some more to say. Oh, I just remembered. Listen to my final words. To defeat Gygus, your own power must unite with the Earth's. The Earth will then channel your power and multiply it. There are 8 points that you must visit. Make these places your own. Each of these locations is your sanctuary. One of them is near Onett. It is called Giant Step. Go there first. Do you understand? Yeah, so it helps to read the dialogue. Especially because I will say what often happens in RPGs is I get stuck in sometimes thinking, where am I supposed to go next? So, yeah. But I do know about this. The Soundstone, you can record the memories from your 8 your sanctuary locations into the stone. It is an awesome item. By the way, I'm almost gone, but did you want to hear the story one more time? I'm good. It's all down inside, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm fading fast. Got the Soundstone. Oh, rest in peace, Buzz. You jerks. But in preparation, I'm gonna have Ness go back home and rest while first getting a fight. Again, helps to strengthen Ness. But the reason, yeah, I'm going home first is to fully heal Ness. And play a bit of one of my favorite songs from any video game. The photographer, the fuzzy pickles guy. Surprised Ness isn't freaked out. Pictures taken instantly. I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Okay, get ready for an instant memory. Look at the camera. Ready? Say fuzzy pickles. And Ness does the peace sign. Wow, what a great photograph. It will bring back the fondest of memories. And I think what's going on here is that at the end of the game, when they play through the credits, you get to see those pictures that the photographer took. Is something in the mailbox? No. But yeah, let's rest up before heading out on adventure. I'll let the song play here for a second. Yeah, so what I've heard, what you're listening to right now is the song Pollyanna, I Believe in You. You hear it a lot in, maybe not a lot, but it's a recurring song in the Earthbound Mother games. You hear it when you start your adventure in Earthbound Beginnings. And in Mother 3, the one that never got an international release, it plays in a part of the game where you get to see a lot of the items from Earthbound. And in Mother 3, I think for me, it works on a lot of, like, you know, levels, because on the one hand, it's wonderful and nostalgic to see all these items, but it's not really clear, at least from what I understand, when exactly Mother 3 takes place, or how far into the future does it take place. So for all we know, all those characters from, you know, Earthbound, you know, have passed on. Like, I've heard some people speculate that for all we know, Mother 3 could literally be taking place like thousands of years in the future. Correct me, you know, if I'm wrong in the comments, but that's why it holds a really special weight. And the song itself is really encouraging. If you go look up the original song that came out, I think there was like a CD that they released with the original Mother. There's a version of the song, I think it's sung by a person named, is it Christine Warwick? Let me go look that up. I want to make sure I get her name correct, because I think she did a wonderful job singing the song. And yeah, and people have done some use the song in really creative ways. There's a YouTuber out there, let me see if I could find their name, who did like a music video, an animated music video containing many, I think it's Sagan Yi, I hope I pronounced their name correctly. And yeah, the first time I watched it, especially at the end, I was crying like a baby. It was so sweet. So, oh, sorry, yeah, Catherine Warwick. Okay, yeah, she did a really great job with that. My God, I really wish that Nintendo could put like Catherine Warwick's version of the song, at least as like kind of like a bonus feature in like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Like if you go and like maybe there's like a secret place where you could find the song. So I just really love it. It's really emotional. Definitely my favorite song in any video game. Eat some pasta and scoot up to bed. There was this other time I played Earthbound where I actually put in steak. So it's usually like, you know, some favorite food of mine. So who knows? Maybe someday in the future I might play Earthbound. I might put in another favorite food of mine like sushi. I don't think I could put something like okonomiyaki though, which is a Japanese pancake. I'll do everything I can to help you. Good luck on your adventure. You might get hungry along the way, so here is a cookie. So it's definitely nice to meet with Tracy. And also, Tracy works with a company called Escargot Express that delivers stuff to Ness. So, yeah, definitely nice to get the cookie. It's going to help us heal. Get another chance to talk to Ness's dad before we go. $37. Record, aka save the game. There's still about 20 minutes in the stream, so we're gonna continue. Ness, you like to work hard just like your mother, but I don't think it's good to work too hard. Yep, so I'm gonna save later, especially since on the Switch, there's another way to save your game, fight more animals. I want to at least get to a point where you could defeat the snake really easily, because there's a point where you actually level up to a point where if you even just like touch one of the snakes, you don't even get the battle screen. You just get told you won. So yeah, definitely get some more food. It's gonna come in handy later, especially for the more difficult characters. So even though I said earlier I consider myself a story mode kind of person, especially because I don't consider myself like very good at RPGs, it really helps when I do like sort of take my time and grind, I guess you could say. Because especially since it's really going to help. I think that's what helped me when I played Earthbound on my own. I was able to get to characters and fight like, you know, Mr. Carpenter or Frank or the Sharks later on. And I guess that's just a good philosophy in general to follow, is really taking your time. Especially, you know, playing a video game. For me, this is supposed to be like something I do on my break. This is not, has nothing to do with my work life, so I could really go at ease. And also, I think in general, I tend to work the best when I don't put such pressure on myself. Like when I really, you know, allow myself to take time and make mistakes. Especially because, you know, later on, Earthbound does get pretty difficult. There we go. Level 4. So yeah, this is why, instead of just going to Onett, I'm spending more time. I'm trying to level up Ness. There might even be... I might even do a thing where I might actually go home again after fighting some of the enemies before heading out. So I think for me, this, in terms of like strategy, this is really what's going to help me later on. Maybe there's some other people who are skilled enough where they can just go to Onett. But I think in my case, I want to just kind of go through places I've been to, fight some characters again. Make it easier for myself. This might even help me with like other RPGs I might play in the future. Like, you know, this is a strategy that I could see helping me with something like Pokemon, for instance. And maybe check out like some things. Not sure if I should be doing this right now. I just kind of came in here to see items, but I don't think I'm supposed to like go down in there until later on in the game. Again, seeing the meteorite. But yeah, like for me, after I started learning much more about the stories of Earthbound and the wider Mother series, it actually got to a point where I went from perceiving Ness as, why would I want to, like, you know, play this character, to thinking, you know, I identify with this kid. I want to see him, you know, make it through. So it's like, talk about a transformation. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that's why Earthbound didn't really find an audience when it first came out in the United States, because I think a lot of people had that same impression I did, where it's just like, who is this kid with the baseball cap? And then they find out more about just how deep and scary and emotional Earthbound story gets. And it's like, wow, where has this game been all my life? I mean, I'm even wondering, especially for Nintendo, like this is probably one of the deeper stories they've had. I mean, I don't know if I should really be saying that because who knows? I'm probably gonna get like somebody who's played like Zelda: Link to the Past saying, no, the story was also complex too. But I think for me, I was just really genuinely surprised how like deep Earthbound story got. Let me see if I could try to fight a snake. Like, I want to see if I'm at that point where I could just defeat a snake really easily, literally without trying. Not gonna go back to that scary house. But yeah, maybe this is just the trick for me, like when it comes to RPG games. I'm just one of those people that just has to grind. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to like, it's not that if I do a later Earthbound preview, I'm just gonna grind and keep you guys waiting. But we'll just see how it goes. Let's see. Here we are in Onett. This is kind of gross. You literally find, I think, like a burger, is it, in the trash can? Yeah. It's like, you really want to eat that? I mean, I guess it helps. Oh, something that I find kind of funny in Earthbound is if you get, like, too close to one of those, like, vans driving by. Let's see if I could have one come up. Come on, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I can get one to, like, come up to Ness. Yeah, you see it just stops. I don't know, just kind of weird to me. Alright, let's get some food. Actually, how much food did... Oh, I could store even more food. Excuse me. What can I get for you? So can't really... Well, we just got a burger from the trash can. Maybe fries? Yeah. I know that, like, some of the clerks you go to in Earthbound, if you don't buy something, they're gonna say something like, oh, you made me sad. Drugstore is the one with the telephone and the ATM, right? Alright, so we don't want to take everything out, so let's say 50. Or try to get some more money from the dad. $20 into your bank account. $37. Record. Continue. I think we could still play a little more. Not really sure if I should be fighting these sharks yet, but let's purchase some of the items. So yeah, I think the blinking means that, it's an item that will help strengthen Ness. So can't get the cheap bracelet yet, so I think we can get, let's at least get the baseball cap. So yeah, you could see his defense went up. Let's get at least the baseball cap. Sure. Whoops. Yeah, because I don't know if Ness should be fighting the sharks yet. But these are still good items to have. I think I'm just gonna go back and sort of like, grind. Because like I said, I want to at least get to a point where you could defeat like snakes super easily, just to really make sure that I'll do a good job. Hello there. I'm simply your average run-of-the-mill mole. Would you like some hints on fighting enemies? My hint involves which way you are facing when a battle with an enemy occurs. If you allow enemies to approach you from your back or side, they may get a surprise opening attack. And that was why at the beginning it was so important for me to like, start the fight first so that the enemies can't launch an opening attack. I mean, the world in front of you will show a red swirl for a second. On the other hand, if you approach an enemy from the back or side, you may get a surprise opening attack. In that case, your TV... Why is this character so resistant to TV? I guess it's kind of breaking the fourth wall there. Okay, so let's see what happens when I fight the snake. Yep. Oh, okay, so yeah, I'm at that point where I could fight a snake. Why not? Are they backing away because now they're scared of me? Yeah, I noticed my HP is running low. Now I'm missing. There we go, yeah. Wow, finding a lot of these food items is definitely going to help. But maybe just for the best, I should be trying to return home. Again, mostly just because it's like the way where you can, rest up for free without having to like purchase food. Because I think that's going to come in handy later when I have some of the more difficult fights. Maybe even the sharks. I might fight at least one of the sharks before I wrap up the stream. Ooh, get in the house. Yep, so that's a good idea. Now we can go out. I think now we can try to fight some of the sharks. I mentioned earlier in the stream I wanted to purchase, or at some point purchase a car called the Subaru BRZ, like the newer generation, not this exact car, but like the newer generation of this one. And I jokingly said to my sister, if I do get a Subaru BRZ, that I wanted to put a sticker of a Mr. Saturn on one of these cars. If you don't know why, it's because in Mother 2, which is the Japanese version of this game, there's a Mr. Saturn that mentions a place called Gunma, which is a prefecture in Japan. And Gunma, coincidentally, is the same place where Subaru builds the BRZ. So it's kind of a thing where, like, if I put a sticker of a Mr. Saturn on it, it's like saying, see, we're both from Gunma, I guess. I wonder if Gunma would be an interesting place to visit. I remember there's a YouTuber who likes to visit restaurants, particularly in Asia, and they went to this place in Gunma where it was like a vending machine restaurant where all the food, like, is just from vending machines. You don't have to talk to a person in that particular restaurant. Sorry for hitting the microphone. But yeah, I remember that person was able to get, like, sandwiches, noodle soups. Not gonna go to the hotel because I think they're gonna charge money. So let's see what happens if we fight one of these characters. And reinforcement. Oh, whoopee. Yeah, let's just start with one of them. Ow. Just miss. Yeah! And at this point, I still... Oh, I have hypnosis now, so I could put one of them to sleep. You're already taking damage, and now I have a reinforcement. Ah, jeez. Yes! Cost 6, so let's try it on at least... let's do the reinforcement. Skateboard, oh shit. Oh no! Oh, it didn't work. Can I eat a hamburger? Save myself! Yeah. I had a feeling that this was gonna happen, but we can still try again, so that's cool. So this is a part, like, in RPGs where I'm thinking, yeah, I probably should be spending a bit more time, grinding. Let me see, I mean, maybe we could fight a shark on a, different, playthrough, maybe the next time I play Earthbound. But, yeah, this is a part of the game where I'm thinking, I should probably be spending a little more time, grinding. Or maybe I'll just, grind a little more, and next time I could try fighting the sharks again. Because I think it's possible that maybe next time it's not going to be like a crazy 3-in-1 attack. Yeah, I mean, this is a sign I should be heading home because of the, yeah. But I might actually be at a point where I just have to, like, you know, try again and hope the next time I won't have to, like, you know, fight a reinforcement. I don't know, maybe I'll try fighting the, one of those sharks again. But first, we're gonna rest up. I'm gonna try not to get, like, the shark to get one of the reinforcements to come and help. Because, as you could imagine, that's gonna be a lot to take on if they have assistance. So, the animals, at least at this point in the game, they no longer have, like, much effect on Ness. So I think I just have to try fighting the sharks again. Maybe this time, you know, healing myself a bit sooner. So let's try at least one more time. Ooh, could I fight this one without getting the attention of the friend? I don't know. We'll see. Let's try going the other way, because I'm wondering if it's possible to do it without, like, getting the attention of multiple sharks. Because if I have to fight two again, then it's going to be really difficult. I guess I don't really have a choice. Let's see if I could at least fight this one. You want to meet Frank? You don't want to meet Frank to beat you up, do you? So it's just the one. Okay, so let's see if I could at least take down this character. Let's actually start with hypnosis. Yeah, got him at a good time. Yes, got this character. More food, right? Hamburger. Okay, so yeah, so I think I'll end things for now. So it's good that I was at least able to take down the Pokepunk. Alright, so it's been fun getting through an hour of Earthbound. Like I said, I'm not intending this to be a stream where I'm going to play, like, you know, the entirety of Earthbound. This is just, like, I'm just playing an hour for today. Maybe I'll do another Earthbound stream another time in the future. And I'm also, yeah, I'll save for now. This first slot, by the way, this is me playing on my own. And I'll create a suspend point, so maybe next time. Or in the future, I'll do another Earthbound stream. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. I might play this again in the future. So if you enjoyed the stream, please follow me on Twitch. And until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching.